Okay, so they say that if I watch it, I'm gonna feel it. Feel what? I wonder what they mean. Oh my god, this is amazing. This isn't like anything I've ever seen before. And they were right, I feel it, I finally feel it. I feel, I feel, I feel. Okay, you knew that I had to do that. It's like a tradition at this point, right? This title card. Hey, so today, obviously, I want to talk about Invincible, and I want to try and figure out what makes it good. Probably more like what makes it good for me, at least. At this point, it's like undeniable that the hype is real, so let's dive a bit deeper and figure out what does Invincible do right. Oh yeah, and spoiler warning, but only for the series, not for the comics. I'm not gonna discuss comics, so it's fine. But I've read it. I know everything. Hehe, let's go. Okay, so for me, what makes this story stand out is that it's quite different from almost any other superhero type story, I guess. And that's because of two things. First is gore and violence, and the second thing is probably characters themselves, how they carry themselves, what choices do they make, all this stuff, because it's not typical whatsoever, because main character kills dudes and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna kill again. It's not extremely new, but still it makes Invincible different, really different. And the gore and violence by itself, it's not that big a feature, because like, especially if you've seen anime, it's not that big a deal. Like, if you've seen Attack on Titan, you've seen stuff happen. But I'd say it's much more nonchalant here. Like, it just makes it clear that they don't care about people dying. They don't care, and they will show everything. And the second thing, as I said, is characters and how they carry themselves, their motivations. Yeah, it's really different too, and it's even more different in the comics. And trust me, you won't believe how different it is in the comics. Mark is gonna go places, he'll try to discover himself, not in the best way. And it's really questionable, especially it starts from this conflict between Mark and Cecil, when it's like, maybe Cecil is right. But then you realize what Sinclair did, and he was trying to make him work for him. Sinclair did horrible stuff. Maybe Darkwing is not that bad because he was killing criminals, but Sinclair? Dude. But Cecil was still like, oh, I can make this work, I don't know. But in all honesty, these things are not that important to me. These are not things why I love Invincible. But there is one key detail that makes me absolutely love and adore this show, and it's currently in my top 5, I think. It's incredible, and mostly because of this aspect. Let's talk about it. Okay, so what really sold this series to me is what I call did this really happen effect. Because this series never fails to shock you, to impress you, and you never see stuff coming. And especially coming from anime, for example, if you're talking about deaths, you probably have a backstory of a character before he dies, you know stuff, you understand that it's probably coming. But with this, you just see people die and it's like all of a sudden. You didn't even expect this. And that's actually where gore and violence really works well with this effect. Because, for example, remember in Season 2, Episode 8, when Angstrom Levy broke Debbie's arm. It's so much more impactful just because it's that violent. And this did this really happen effect works really well because her bone is sticking out. You can't believe this stuff. It works well with deaths and not deaths and all other great events in Invincible. Let me give you some examples so you understand what I'm talking about. The first and obvious example, because it caught everyone by surprise, is finale of the first episode when Nolan kills all of the Guardians of the Globe. And the first episode was actually really good in terms of not showing any violence at all. at all. It was kind of good, it was kind of nice, and then you see brains on the floor. Yeah, and then you realize that it's different. There is this effect in all its glory, and they work with it again and again and again, and they never miss. Then again, season 1, episode 8. Mark versus his dad. And you can see this effect in several areas and in the episode in general, because you can't believe what's going on. For example, remember the train scene? Yeah, that one. I can't show it because obviously it's too brutal, but you get what I'm saying, right? When Omni-Man held Mark and made him kill hundreds of people in seconds. It was insane. And then we get to finale of season 1 when we just can't believe what's happening, because Mark is almost dead and like his father is about to kill him, and you see like he has no teeth, his face is disfigured, and you see that like he might kill him. Like this show is so insane that he actually might kill him, but he doesn't. But it was still shocking enough for everybody, I'm sure. So I told you about Debbie's arm, and then we get to season 3 and episodes 7 and 8 back to back. Invincible War and Conquest's Arrival back to back. And you can't even believe that this is happening. This is so insane. You can't even believe that you're seeing this. You see Mark's variants kill hundreds of thousands of people, and Mark, he blames himself for everything. And then we see Conquest arrive, and we're like, no. Like, no, this can't be happening. And then in episode 8, during their fight, we see that he's about to tear Oliver limb from limb, and you're like, yo, what is going on? And then we see him kill Eve. And it's like, I can't even describe it, but like this is this effect in motion. This is this effect taking effect on me right now, because just by remembering this, I can't believe that I actually witnessed that. And believe me, in comics it gets even worse. Believe me, season 4 and 5 are gonna be phenomenal. If they don't fumble, of course. But with all that talk, I don't think that Invincible is perfect. No, he does some stuff really good, but it's not perfect. So yeah, I was glazing it so hard, and I think it's right about time we talk about cons. Okay, so there are 2 things that I absolutely hate in Invincible. The first one concerns visual, and the second one plot and everything that's going on there. So, visuals. You probably guessed that I'm gonna talk about animation, but not only animation, art style too. So just a note, I know there are limitations, and I know that they plan to dish out 1 season every year, which is really crazy, especially considering that they don't have that many animators. So I'm not saying that they're not doing a good job, I'm just saying that this show deserves more. It's one of the most popular shows right now, and you can't even give it decent animation? What's going on? And it's not only about animation. Characters look flat. Come on, look at this. What is this? Okay, so I quickly wanted to show you something. I recently saw a video where some creator tried to do better compositing for Invincible, and it looks so much better. Just look at it. This is insane. Maybe I don't know the whole process and don't understand how hard it is, but it feels like, you know, if animation is bad, at least make the art style look good, but whatever. And the second thing that I hate is power consistency. There is no power consistency. It's like, you know, TV series called The Flash, CW Flash? It's the same goddamn thing. You know that he can defeat almost anybody in like 5 seconds, but he just has to struggle and then defeat the enemy. And you look at him and like, yo, this dude has to be like 1% of your power tops. Because like, we might think that Mark is like weak compared to Omni-Man or whatever. You remember him in, maybe it was the first episode, he caught the meteor and threw it back into space when he was just training, when he just got his powers. It was just the beginning. Now he's magnitude stronger and he struggles to defeat Mahler twins. what the hell is this? And it's not something that just irritates you and that's it. It's something that affects how you see the show, and it affects the plot. It affects the emotions, because you're not involved when you understand that this doesn't make sense at all. You understand that, like, they're extremely weak compared to him, and he's just gonna struggle, and then one-shot them, like he does every time. You only feel real pressure when it's someone really strong, like other Viltrumites or whatever, but when it's just regular villains and Mark is struggling against them, it's just irritating and nothing more. And then you have Eve, that is usually like trash and puts on these pink walls or whatever, and then against Conquest, like, you see? She's stopping him, she's just mollywopping him. Yeah, she's doing no damage, but she controls him, and that's a lot. What she was doing against those two Mark variants? She was doing nothing, she was doing pink walls. So in general, yeah, there is no power consistency whatsoever. Okay, so I think that's it. If you want to see more content like this, meaning non-anime and anime too, subscribe, I'll be doing more of that, and yeah, see ya.